We have now come almost to the end of this campus walk at the SAL Institute of Engineering, SAL Institute of Technology and Engineering Research. You can overhear the kind of announcement which is going on at the Gujarat Science City. The echoes of these announcements are symbolic of the entire culture of rigorous academic and research which is existing in this part of the country. Since morning we have been walking through the entire campus, and very distinctive learnings we have had. And now I have with me Professor Simple Doshi, who is the head training and placement department at the SAL Institute. Professor Doshi, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
I have a very tough question to start with. Like, we could not find any glitz, any glamour in this campus. The glamour of research and innovation was there, but the kind of glamour which has been put into the engineering colleges, that they defy even the 5-star properties, was nowhere to be seen. Is it deliberate? Is it intended, or what?
See, first of all, like we in SAL group of institution, we believe in functionality, and as you know, it's been just 5 years down the line, and I'm sure we are improving again and again, step by step, and I'm sure after you come 5 years from now, you will see a lot of difference in this particular organization itself. But again, we focus more on innovation, research, and what the functions we took forward for the whole placement, process is entirely different. That's why we achieved, 100% last year, though it was the first batch, but we achieved 100%, and for again 2014 we are closing the whole placement stuff in 1 month itself. So we'll be focusing more on now 2015. So what we believe is, yeah, obviously that is also very important, but at the same time the process that we follow and we gain a lot of profitability as in the placement is very well marked in the, you can say, in the scenario of today's placement stuff in the corporates.
The training and placement officers across institutions are of the firm view that in order to attract the corporate world to their campuses, this glitz has to be there. What has been your experience regarding that?
See, what I believe is, and as far as what I have experienced in corporates coming here, people, the HRs, obviously for them 10 to 20% is the infrastructure and what we give, but here we give, first of all, we believe in quality of the students. So whosoever comes here, takes the campus drive here, they are more appreciating with the students' quality, and the lot we give them as you can say a qualified lot and a technical well-versed people. So I don't think so here, as far as the state is concerned, they have any problem with the infrastructure, because you might be knowing Gujarat has lot of small scale and medium scale industries, where even if you go in any of these industry, you won't find that glitter or that corporate look. But I'm sure, day by day people are changing. Definitely here also most of the colleges would change, and as far as placement is concerned, we have done our best.
So the innate Gujarati industrial ethos doesn't care much about these.
They care about the quality of the people they get, the retention and what they pay, other than where they are or what designation.
I think this is really fascinating. We would be interested to know more about the placement mix of the students out here. What is the diversified placement mix which you have struck up to realize 100% placement task, which is quite a daunting task?
Correct. See, normally the way we follow the placements, like we don't first of all, we scrutinize the students when the students come in the final year, like 7th and 8th semester. We scrutinize them, saying that how many of the students they really want job and how many of the students they are going to for higher studies. We don't give job to each and every student who is studying here. We scrutinize them by mentoring them, by counseling them, asking what is their career and how they want to build their career. There are few students who totally focus on higher studies. We just leave them. We focus only the students who want to go for the job.
Okay.
So each branch, we scrutinize the students according to their requirement and where they want to go, and then we start mentoring them, saying that in the final year we always have industry defined projects and user defined projects. So most of the students who are interested to go to the work and to the industry and work, we just let them go. We give them opportunity from our end, we contact the companies, and then they go to the industry. So the students who are going in the industry, say 10 of the students are going in the industry. From that, at least 3 of the students are consumed by the industry. So it is very easy for us that the placement process is at the end, when we see our ratio of placement, it is easy for us, for them to place.
So is this a unique SAL model, or is it something implemented across GTU colleges?
Actually, it's a policy, but then as far as I cannot tell about other colleges, but as far as our college is concerned, we focus more that they should be placed in the company. They should select that company where they get the placement. Otherwise, most of the students, they do the internship just because they need to file their project into GTU. But what we focus is, we give them an opportunity, we bring the company, and we make the whole selection process done for internship as well. So even the company gets a cream crowd, and the students get some mileage, and there are students who are paid stipend when they are doing the training, which is around 8,000 to 12,000 rupees per month.
During the training phase itself?
Yeah, and that also, it's not a regular training. I mean, they go in 7th SEM, they go in a week 2 days and do the internship, and in 8th SEM, they go in a week 3 days.
So you have revised the entire academic curriculum around that?
Yes. Okay. Because 3 to 4 days they do the studies, other 2 days they go in the industry and work.
How do you ensure that the students really go and work well at the industry? And
Correct. Every quarter we have a faculty panel. With my placement, we have a team of placement coordinators, faculty coordinator as well as student coordinators. So the whole faculty panel, branch wise, they go to the company, industries, they take a feedback or survey of the performance of the students, and they get even the attendance as well.
From the industry mentor?
From the industry mentor. And again, they are called in our college in the exams for evaluating them if they are doing IDP. An expert is called from outside. So we get the feel of that, yes, I'm sure the students are going there.
How do you balance the aspirational mix of today's youngsters, like who aspire to be in the top-notch companies, but then opportunities are quite diversified? How do you take care of that aspirational mismatch?
Actually, most of the youngsters, if I am also like that, I would also go to the, I dream to go to the big company. But as far as today's scenario is concerned, what I feel is, and we mentor the young generation right from the final SEM, that if you just work in a big company, fine, you get a brand, okay. But then as far as growth is concerned, career is concerned, you should just go with the growing companies. That's why we focus more into small scale industry and medium scale industry in Gujarat.
So is the only Gujarati student base help you to I will say cater to their aspirations, or is it a because Gujaratis are meant to be quite contented cultural ethos, so does it help you, or you have very deliberate effort to make in that direction?
No, first of all, the notion is Gujarati is contented, which is really wrong because Gujarati is never contented as far as money is concerned. They are very calculative. But yeah, we always mentor them, saying about the company, about the, the company they work, the MD they are working with, and the culture of the organization, and the salary that they are getting. And if they are in, I'm sure if they are in Ahmedabad, they calculate a lot of things. So
it's a long-term perspective which you share with them.
Yes.
How much of the placement philosophy drives from your chairman?
You can say, he is very, very motivating, and because of his his background of industry, it helps us a lot. in bringing the companies as well in the campus. So you can say 70 to 75%.
Does he interact with the students at large?
Yeah, sometimes, not really every time, but yeah, sometimes. Whenever he get time, I'm sure. But yeah, if I talk about Dr. Rupesh Vasani, always. And he is the driving, you can say, a force for this particular, aspect.
So you seem to have strategically offloaded all your placement woes back into the system, where the entire academic fraternity comes and gets sensitized, so your workload gets optimally reduced. Is it?
It's not like that. Workload is always there. It's just placing a student at one place doesn't work. You have to get a regular feedback. If you satisfy one company saying that this particular student is there for 1 year, I'm sure they will come for placement every year. So it is not gonna stop like that.
What are the 3 value propositions you offer to the industry at large about a typical SAL student? What are the 3 value offerings you offer to them?
See, first of all, the quality of the students that we give. Okay, and second is the
quality, as in, would you elaborate?
Quality in the sense technical skills as well as soft skills.
Okay.
Because, and secondly, flexibility.
Okay.
We always mentor the students to be flexible, because there are few students who always focus that they'll do only this particular job because they are hired for only this position. So we mentor them that now the industry is being changing. You need to be flexible. You need to work in 3-4 areas, then you can sustain yourself in that particular organization. Because every company wants a multitasker person who can, reduce their salary packages.
True.
So we always mentor them, and flexibility is the thing which we always give to the students.
What else apart from that?
Their retention.
Okay.
At least we guarantee them that this particular person, because nowadays most of the company have started bond systems. So I'm sure majority, 80% of the students, they will be there in the company for 1 year at least. So
how do you ensure that a student will stay? Because you have faith in them.
Policy. No, it's not like that. We have faith, but it's a policy, a placement policy, that once they are recruited in one particular company, they are signing a bond. They should be fair with the company, as well as at least for 1 year they have to be in the company. Otherwise, if they are coming back, there are few students who are coming back and saying that we want job, we cannot adjust in the company, we don't help them till, at least they have to work for 1 year. We make
sure. The pre-final year project mode help you to place them
very much,
and make them accountable to the industry. So you use the final year very strategically.
Yes.
So flexibility and retention promise. And the third one?
That's what we give, a quality technical skills, because already they are doing the industry defined projects, they are doing internship, they are doing some innovative thing in the college. So I'm sure they will be technically well versed with their subjects. So we promise that.
What 3 messages would you like to give to your peers, your peer training and placement officers in other campuses across the country?
I'm sure all are working very great, but I just wanted to say one thing, that I don't know why there is a hype of that there is a recession going on. No companies are hiring, but as far as my knowledge is concerned and the interaction which I have with the companies, companies are ready to hire. Only the thing, they should get a potential candidate according to their requirement. So if we just analyze their requirement and make our students ready according to their requirement, we mentor them, and then I'm sure they will, they'll be hired. So, if you are competent, nothing can stop you to go to your goal. That's what I believe is.
I think the immense positive outlook which almost all the functionaries out here at SAL Institute of Technology and Engineering Research, that they see the glass both half full with water and half full with air. They are able to strike out a real judicious balance with all the challenges they are facing. The triad of quality students sensitized in technical skills and soft skills, and the flexibility which they are able to induce even after such high-end technical research and most importantly their unique innovation of putting the students to work in the final year, in the 7th and the 8th semester. They have a unique characteristic of sending the students for 2 days a week in the industry, where they really taste the entire flavor of professional work. And so that probably gives the industry a chance to recruit the students, and within that framework the students are quite customized over there. So this is really innovation driven campus. The directions towards innovations are quite unique, astounding, and something which every campus probably can learn out here. They do have the locational advantage of being in one of the most vibrant economic cities of the country, and in a state of Gujarat, which is defying all the growth norms across. But despite that, they do have their challenges. They have confined their glitz to the functional level, not defocusing on the other aspects of things. So probably this is a real fabulous campus. We have come through the SAL Institute of Technology and Engineering Research, where innovation is in every corner, every place, and we hope that this campus would grow by leaps and bounds in times to come, considering the immaculate success it has achieved in the last 5 years of its inception. We would be back with yet another campus walk in yet another interesting city at yet another innovative and research driven campus next time. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.